network to the world. Subscribe now to the Hot 97 YouTube channel. It's Ebro in the Morning with Laura Stiles and Rosenberg.
People reporting horrible news this morning. We waited till we got confirmation, but according to TMZ, Takeoff has been shot and killed in Houston. Now, the stories and the reports are saying that the incident went down shortly after 2:30 in the morning. Cops got the call that a man was shot at a bowling alley in Houston. And then reports came in that it was Takeoff. So they're saying they were playing dice when an altercation broke out. Someone opened fire, shooting Takeoff either in the head or near his head. And he was pronounced dead on the scene. There's pictures floating around on the internet and videos. And at first we weren't sure. But we wanted to wait till reports came out to officially confirm it. But it looks like it is what it is. It's horrible news. Horrible. He was only 28 years old.
And the stories that are going around, and these are all Twitter. It's all Twitter hearsay, but it sounds like he had nothing to do with it. It sounds like it sounds like Quavo was the one playing the game. Things got chippy and trash talk was happening, and Takeoff was being the cool guy that he is, and just got caught in the fire, which it's just awful.
Just terrible, terrible, terrible news.
Yeah, it's really not a lot to be said right now. It's really it's just depressing and sad, man.
Yeah. So all we can do right now is send love.
I think one of the best things we could try to do today is remember, Takeoff is loved. The universe will protect him on his journey, and he was a chill dude who spread love. And I think that's one thing that we should try to take as a lesson on this, is to use this moment to spread more love and show more love instead of going down a path of negativity and anger, because we all want to place blame. We all want to be angry. The amount of loss that people have experienced, not only just due to street violence and gun violence, but even coming outside of the pandemic. Loss at all different types, whether it's loss of life or just loss of income, and just loss, just L's all the way around, right? The one thing that I always try to do is recenter myself and focus on trying to spread love and give love. Even if I don't feel like there's love around, I keep trying to say the word love and show love and appreciation, and just constantly practicing that is what I think we should all be trying to do in moments like this. And whether you're affected by this news or not, even in your own life, trying to put our positive energy and continually working to do that, to get into a positive cycle of energy around you, I think is useful. And that's the best you could do on a day like today. We all want to lash out. We all want to point fingers. We all want to find somebody to blame. But often we find ourselves on this program, when it comes to especially gun violence and, street violence, which takes place everywhere. I find us talking about our responsibility as individuals, as individuals who are active in communities, active with young people, and that, things like this don't have to escalate to gun violence. And how long we've been having that conversation, man. My dad was talking about dice game violence. I mean, you know what I mean? Like street gambling violence. So, I know, rightfully so, people are going to want to, point to the lyrics and the music, and they're going to want to point to a lot of different things. But, truth be told, these conversations have been happening a long, long time. And so the sickness goes beyond lyrics in a song. The sickness goes, and I always go to this, hip hop didn't create violence, man. The violence was there, the dysfunction and toxicity was there, and as individuals who all are a part of this greater community, you know, when you're talking about how we interact and see each other and love on each other, you know, that's where a lot of work needs to be done. And hopefully, you know, we always hope when we get these stories that it'll start us on the path in some way. And maybe people start the path at different times, man. Maybe, you know, this will change somebody. And that's hopefully the blessing and the lesson in moments like this, is that something this tragic forces someone to want to change and be better. We send love and light as a family to the whole Migos QC family. Like I said, man, Takeoff was loved. He's a great, positive guy. He just wanted to rap. He's the reason that the Migos even became a group and rapped. And we wrap our arms around everybody, man, and send everybody love and light today. It's always hard for me when something terrible like this happens, murder happens, and a high-profile person like Takeoff, and people want to use the moment to platform or promote, you know, whatever their agenda is, which it could be a positive one. It just always feels awkward, man.
Are you seeing that specifically now?
Yeah, you know, I mean, look, the convo around gun violence and violence towards black men and black men dying at the hands of guns, illegal guns or legal guns, is always a conversation that I'm ready to have. And we have it often on this program. You know, but often when these things happen, there's people who do this work all the time and they want to promote their organization or talk about their stuff that they have going on. And that's cool too. It's just hard for me today, is all I'm saying.
I hear that.
You know what I'm saying? It's just hard for me today. Because obviously I know the little bro Takeoff, and I know his team very well. I mean, we've had him on the show how many times?
Like at least 5.
You know, I watched him come up in the game from, you know, me pushing him and doubting him. Like, yo, I don't even know what y'all saying right now, bro. What y'all rapping about? I can't even understand what y'all saying. To them improving lyrically and musically throughout the years. And
it's
caring,
so funny.
And caring about hip-hop and rap enough to want to get better.
It's when they first showed up here, we sort of treated them like a little bit like, oh man, this is an example of what this new ish is, where you can't understand the words and they're just blah blah blah. By the time we got to a few years later, man, they were like actually relatively old school from an approach. Really rapped, really had lyrics, bounced off each other like an old school group. You know, not remotely mumble rap, not remotely sing-songy half rap, real rappers. They really came a long way, man. They're a super dope group, and he's the backbone. You know, he's like sort of Takeoff was sort of the quiet backbone of.
Well, he's the reason they rap. He's the reason they're a group. He was the rapper.
The most serious,
Quavo played basketball. Offset was outside. And Takeoff was the rapper. And he's the one that inspired them to want to rap and create the group. And I mean, the whole thing, man. He just had a Drink Champs conversation where he was talking about, you know, wanting his flowers and wanting to be seen and you know, enough is enough. Now I'm gonna start stepping out here and getting mine. You know, for the longest, I would hit Takeoff on the side like, yo, man, put out the solo joint. Put out the solo tape. You know what I'm saying? When they would slow down, I'd be like, yo, just drop some fire bars, bro. Just rap for rap's sake. Like, just always hitting them. Hitting Coach, hitting P. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, tell Takeoff drop 5 joints right now just because he a rapper. You know, when Quavo was out here writing hooks for Bieber and doing pop music and all that, and Offset starting, you know, his life with Cardi B, I'm like, yo, just tell Takeoff, jump on a break beat and go ham. You know what I'm saying? Just for the sake of rap. But he loved rap that much, you know what I mean? But he was a team player and wanted to move with the crew, and that's how he wanted to do it. But You know, today we sitting here talking about this brother gone at 28, man.
So young. So
28
young.
years old. Takeoff is no longer with us, and he's loved, man. His memory, he will be exalted. His memory will be celebrated. He represented love. He spread love. I don't know anybody got anything negative to say about Takeoff like that.
Nah, he was
Sure,
never.
I'm
in
sure
the
he had
middle of-
run-ins and things that we don't really know about, and I think there was some negative press around him years ago. But all in all, you know, for somebody his age coming up in the game, I think he did a great job at being somebody that people wanted to see succeed and wanted to help and
Right.
was excited for. You know, people were happy when he got his looks and did certain things. He had a unique voice. You always knew who he was on a record. He was a standout. You know what I mean? He's gonna be missed, man. He's gonna be heavily missed.